Hello, so this is going to be a brief kind of outline of who Shatan is and its relation to Corazon and also even to Astaroth. Now this is part of a series of videos I'm doing on the Demon Kings of Hell. So I've covered the Eldest Evolve, I've also covered the Leviathan and the Leviathan Cross in some detail, and now I'm moving on to talking about another Demon King by the name Shatan. Now, Shatan is not one of the kind of demonic trinity, if you like. The demonic trinity being Beelzebub, Lucifer, and Astaroth. However, he does have a close association with Astaroth. So Astaroth is often the demons associated with teaching kind of knowledge and the more esoterical aspects of knowledge like physics, etc. But there are also, other creatures associated with magic, and according to Luciferian demons, Shatan is one such being which allows what powers you have to be strengthened and essentially acts as a catalyst to all your magical workings, making them stronger and more powerful. So that's the skill that Shatan has. Personally, I think that should also extend to intellectual pursuits, which is why I'm particularly interested in such a being, because through these intellectual pursuits you can learn so much more about the world. So that's very important to remember. But where the name Shatan actually comes from is from the word Shatan, which means distant or stray, and this kind of name is used for a descriptive word for evil creatures in the Quran, coming up 88 times. In fact, the most frequent supernatural entities are referred to by the word Shatan, or at least it's the most frequent word for such entities. But where is Shatan the one who is distant and astray? Well, arguably he's in the place where all distant and astray things are. In other words, he's probably in the abyss itself, and therefore we have a close association with Corazon. Now, Corazon was used as a name for a being from the 16th century by occultists like Edward Keeley and John Dee, and the name Corazon means dweller in the abyss, and such a creature is essentially the last great obstacle between adepthood and enlightenment, and is therefore essentially representing the destruction of the ego, because to move on to new knowledge one has to recognise the fallacy in the previous knowledge one had. The shift to learning new knowledge is to recognise what knowledge you had before was not perhaps as standing on strong ground as you might have thought it was, and therefore an important part of enlightenment is the destruction of believing that one has knowledge that is unquestionable, or has knowledge which associates with things that are proven beyond doubt, and therefore the destruction of the ego is a vital part of this. So that's a very brief summary of the relationship between Astaroth, Shatan, and Corazon. I know this has been a brief video. This is partly because although there are interlinks between Shatan and the other spirits, there isn't that much literature on Shatan in and of himself. However, we can understand him, I think, better in the context of relating him to other demons. And really, another thing I wanted to just quickly mention is that he's mentioned in Luciferian Game of Demons, but there's also a path working there available. So here's the path working, worth to just take a moment to sit back, hopefully relax, and perhaps envisage this if you would like to begin path working with Shatan. If not, then that's perfectly right as well. But for completeness, I will here say the path working. So, you stand in a field of flaming wheat, fresh blood on a shattered rock. In a sandy field, a circle of flames surrounds a fallen tree. The tree collapses to silvery ash and red embers. Quite vivid there, but that is the path working for Shatan. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Many blessings and our best returns.